What really happened behind that smile? And why, at the most dazzling moment of all, did someone as iconic as Kim Taehyung suddenly appear alone? Was it merely a stage illusion, or is there something intentionally hidden from the public, something that may have even been subtly revealed by Jungkook without him realizing it? That night, the world seemed to pause as the lights at Gwanghwamun Square in Seoul slowly dimmed before erupting into a dramatic blaze of brilliance. Thousands of eyes in the crowd, millions watching globally, were all fixed on a single point. A grand stage that marked the return of BTS in a spectacular event titled BTS The Comeback Live Airang, broadcast live worldwide through Netflix on March 21st, 2026, and yet, amid the thunderous cheers, there was one moment that silenced everything. A fan cam surfaced. Not just any fan recording. The video was edited in black and white, bearing a simple watermark, ACJU, but its impact was anything but simple. Within hours, it spread like wildfire across the internet. And that was where it all began. Wearing dark sunglasses that concealed part of his expression, dressed in layered black outfits with shimmering elements, and gripping a microphone tightly, Taehyung stepped forward. His voice, deep, powerful, and almost as if it carried something unspoken, echoed across the entire stage. He delivered his part with undeniable strength, executing energetic dance moves with precision, spinning with confidence, then smiling, a smile that seemed almost too perfect not to question. Fans began asking questions. Why, in certain fleeting moments, did the camera capture Taehyung standing alone at the edge of the stage, seemingly separated from the other members? Why did the stage blocking feel different that night? And most haunting of all, why did his eyes, even behind those dark glasses, feel empty? Was this simply overinterpretation by fans? Or was it the first clue to something much bigger? An anonymous user on a global forum suddenly posted a frame-by-frame analysis of the fan cam. They highlighted a moment where Taehyung paused just a fraction longer than expected, glancing in an unusual direction, as if searching for someone or waiting for something that never came. The post instantly went viral. Thousands of comments flooded in. Some dismissed it. Others became even more convinced. Just hours after the concert ended, another clip began circulating. This time, it wasn't from the stage, it was from backstage. In the short video, Jungkook was seen walking down a corridor with a serious expression. He appeared to be speaking to someone off camera, his voice quiet but just clear enough to be picked up. Who was he? Why did he want to be alone? And most importantly, was Jungkook really referring to Taehyung? From that moment on, theories began emerging like scattered puzzle pieces trying to form a bigger picture. Some believed it was part of the concert's artistic concept, that Taehyung's solitude was a deliberate narrative symbol. Others insisted it was something far more personal, deeper, and perhaps more painful. Longtime fans began revisiting past moments. Old interviews, brief glances, lines that once seemed ordinary now carried entirely new meaning. One of the most discussed resurfaced statements was something Jungkook had said months earlier in an interview. At the time, it sounded like a mature reflection on relationships within a group. But now, many see it as an early clue. Meanwhile, HYBE has yet to release any official statement regarding the growing speculation. Their silence has only intensified public curiosity. Why no clarification? Why no denial? Yet, amid all the theories and speculation, one thing remains undeniable. Taehyung's performance that night was one of the most captivating of his career. Fans described him with words like aura, legend, king. And indeed, on the surface, he appeared flawless. But perhaps that is exactly what made everything feel so different, because sometimes the most perfect performance hides the most complicated story. Was Taehyung truly alone that night? Or was it merely an illusion crafted by stage and light? And if he did choose to be alone, what is he really going through? These questions continue to echo, not only among fans, but also within industry observers. Some analysts even describe this moment as a narrative turning point in BTS's journey, a phase where each member is beginning to express their individuality more strongly. And as the echoes of that night refuse to fade, a deeper, more unsettling question began to surface. Was this truly the beginning of something new, or the quiet unveiling of something that had been hidden for far too long? In the days that followed, the black and white fan cam did not lose momentum. Instead, it evolved. New edits appeared, slowed down, zoomed in, reframed from different angles, as if millions of eyes were trying to decode a language that Taehyung never spoke out loud. Every micro-expression became evidence. Every movement, a potential clue. And strangely, the more people watched it, the more they felt the same thing. A presence that was both powerful and distant. At IT wasn't just about the visuals anymore. It was about the feeling. There was a particular moment, barely lasting 2 seconds, when Taehyung tilted his head slightly upward, his lips parting as if he wanted to say something beyond the lyrics. The crowd roared, unaware. The music swelled, drowning everything else. But in that tiny, almost invisible pause, fans began to ask, was that hesitation intentional? Or was it real? Speculation intensified when another behind-the-scenes detail quietly emerged. A staff member, unnamed, unverified, but mysteriously credible, posted a short message on a private community board. The message was quickly deleted, but not before screenshots spread across platforms. He stayed back longer than the others. Didn't say much. Just sat there looking at nothing. No names were mentioned. No direct confirmation. But the timing aligned too perfectly to ignore. Was it Taehyung? And if it was, what was he thinking in that silence? Meanwhile, attention returned once again to Jungkook. Not because he said more, but because he didn't. In several post-concert appearances and brief interactions with fans, his demeanor appeared subtly different. He smiled, he waved, he responded. But there was a restraint, a carefulness in his tone that hadn't gone unnoticed. He smiled afterward, brushing it off with a light response. But the pause, that hesitation, became yet another fragment in the growing narrative. Fans replayed it repeatedly, analyzing the shift in his eyes, the slight tightening of his jaw. Was he holding back, or was he protecting something? Theories began to split into 2 distinct directions. One side believed this was all part of a larger artistic evolution. That BTS, known for their layered storytelling, were deliberately crafting a new era, one that explored solitude, identity, and internal conflict. In this interpretation, Taehyung's isolation was not real, but symbolic, a performance within a performance. But the other side wasn't so sure, because this didn't feel scripted. IT felt too raw, too subtle, too human. And then came the detail that shifted everything once again. A fan who had attended the concert in person shared a personal account that quickly went viral. According to them, there was a moment, off camera, unnoticed by the official broadcast, when Taehyung stood at the far edge of the stage after his segment ended. The lights had dimmed, transitioning to the next formation, but he didn't move immediately. He just stood there, the fan wrote, not looking at us, not looking at the members, just standing. Seconds later, he rejoined the formation flawlessly, as if nothing had happened. But those seconds, they lingered. Why would someone so experienced, so precise, allow even a fraction of stillness in such a tightly choreographed performance? Unless it wasn't planned. As the narrative deepened, older footage began resurfacing again, this time focusing on the dynamic between Taehyung and Jungkook. Clips filled with laughter, playful glances, unspoken understanding. Moments that once symbolized closeness now carried a different weight under the current lens. Had something changed, or were fans simply seeing what they feared? There was one particular interview that resurfaced more than any other. In it, Taehyung was asked about what he values most during group activities. His answer was calm, almost poetic. Connection, he said. Even with